When you learn a new language, your brain changes in some pretty significant ways. It's like your brain is going to the gym and getting stronger and more flexible. But what exactly happens to it? And how can learning a new language make you smarter? Well, let's dive into it. 1. Learning a new language rewires your brain. Learning a new language isn't just about memorizing words and phrases. It's about building new neural connections in your brain. A study published in the journal Bilingualism and Multilingualism found that learning a second language actually changes the structure of your brain. The researchers used MRI scans to compare the brains of bilinguals to those who only spoke one language. They found that bilinguals had more gray matter in their brains, which means that their brains had more neurons and synapses. Synapses are the connections between neurons that allow them to communicate with each other, so having more synapses means that your brain is more flexible and efficient at processing information. 2. The hippocampus and frontal lobe grow stronger. The hippocampus is responsible for memory, and the frontal lobe is responsible for decision-making and problem-solving. Both of these functions are essential for language learning. In fact, studies have shown that the hippocampus and frontal lobe are two of the areas of the brain that grow stronger with practice. As you learn a new language, your brain is constantly making new connections between neurons in these areas. This increased activity makes the neurons stronger and more efficient, which can improve your memory and problem-solving skills. 3. Bilingual brains build more connections between neurons. Bilingual brains are wired differently from monolingual brains. A study published in the journal Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that bilinguals have brains with more white matter. White matter is the fatty substance that surrounds neurons and allows them to communicate with each other. More white matter means that your brain is able to send signals faster and more efficiently. This could be why bilinguals are often better at multitasking and switching between different tasks. They're literally training their brains to do it. 4. It improves memory. When you learn a new language, you're essentially creating new pathways in your brain. This can help to improve your overall memory function, making it easier to remember words, phrases, and even entire conversations. A study published in the journal Cortex found that bilinguals had better episodic and working memory than monolinguals. Episodic memory is the ability to remember specific events, and working memory is the ability to hold and manipulate information in your mind. 5. It helps you focus. Learning a new language requires a lot of concentration and focus. As you learn to speak and understand a new language, your brain is constantly making new connections between neurons. This increased activity actually strengthens the neural connections in your brain, which can improve your overall focus and attention span. A study published in the journal Frontiers in Psychology found that bilingual children had better attentional control than monolingual children. Attentional control is the ability to focus on one thing while ignoring distractions. 6. It improves problem-solving skills. Problem-solving is all about being able to think critically and come up with creative solutions. When you learn a new language, you're constantly faced with new challenges that require you to think outside the box. This could be something as simple as figuring out how to say a particular word or phrase in another language. But over time, these small challenges add up, and they train your brain to become more flexible and efficient at solving problems. A study published in the journal Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that bilinguals were better at solving problems than monolinguals. 7. It delays brain aging. One of the most exciting things about learning a new language is that it may help to delay brain aging. A study published in the journal Neurology found that bilingualism was associated with a delay in the onset of dementia by an average of 5 years. This means that if you're bilingual, you may be able to delay the onset of dementia by up to 5 years. That is a pretty significant finding considering that dementia is a leading cause of death and disability in the United States. 8. Switching between languages boosts mental flexibility. If you're bilingual, you're probably used to switching between two different languages. This may seem like a small thing, but it actually has some big benefits for your brain. A study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that bilinguals were better at switching between tasks than monolinguals. This means that bilinguals are better able to adapt to new situations and change their behavior quickly. And 9. Every new word literally reshapes your brain. Every time you learn a new word in a new language, you're literally changing the structure of your brain. When you memorize a new word, your brain creates a new connection between neurons. Over time, These new connections become stronger and stronger until they're almost automatic. This is how you're able to speak and understand a new language fluently. Learning a new language is one of the best things you can do for your brain. Not only will it challenge you mentally, but it will also help to improve your cognitive abilities. So if you've been thinking about learning a new language, now is the time to do it. Your brain will thank you for it. If you find this video helpful, please like and share it with your friends. And if you want to learn more about how to improve your cognitive abilities, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.